I want to discuss the correlation between Gangstalking and the Stanford prison experiment, in which I believe the Stanford prison experiment study gave them all the data they needed to kickstart the Gangstalking program, more like a prequel, because they first needed to know or have an idea of how people act when given a position of false authority. How corrupt can they be? How far would they go? The Stanford prison experiment was a controversial study that examined the psychological effects of powerlessness and authority in a simulated prison environment, very much like gang stalking. If you are in the gang stalking program, you know how sadistic people can be. Did you know the Stanford prison experiment had to be shut down and didn't even last a week due to the psychological abuse that took place? The experiment showed how ordinary people can commit terrible acts when given power, just like gang stalking. Even the psychologists were surprised by the unexpected metamorphosis of the people role-playing as guards and how they were so readily moved into their role and how quickly they forgot that this was all just an experiment. How could intelligent, mentally healthy, ordinary people become perpetrators of evil so quickly? These were the questions they were asked. Do acts of evil and sin lies within human nature? By the end of the study, the prisoners was disintegrated both as a group and as individuals. There was no longer any group of unity, just a bunch of isolated individuals hanging on. Very much like the targeted individual community, much like prisoners of war or hospitalized patients. The people who were pretending to be the guards had won total control over the prison. And they commanded the blind obedience of each prisoner. At this point, it became clear to the psychologists that they had to end the study upon realizing that they had created an overwhelmingly powerful situation, destructive situation, filled with sabotage, lust, desire, a situation in which prisoners were withdrawing and behaving in pathological ways, and in which some of the guards were behaving very evil and cult-like. Even the good guards felt hopeless to intervene, and here's the interesting part. It was noted that no guards ever came late for his shift, always early or on time, never called in sick or demanded pay for overtime work, because they liked torture and punishment and the authority that they had over people. Very much like gang stalkers, right? You may know people you work with who calls off a lot, or people not wanting to work, but when it comes to gang stalking, everyone and their mama is out to target you and role play these government positions because it's fun. Life is so hard, why not have some fun? That's why these law enforcement jobs, and including first responders, they just get younger and younger, almost as if they are just letting kids run the prison public system, because that's what they have turned society into. During the experiments, they learned through videotapes that the guards were escalating their abuse in the middle of the night when they thought no researchers were watching and thought that the experiment was off temporarily. Their boredom had driven them to ever more pornographic and degrading abuse of the prisoners. I do not doubt in my mind that these gang stalkers that are watching us be masturbating when we are naked or when we are having sex. They probably have tapes of us for their sexual pleasure. You see it on the news all the time. Guy playing with himself on the train in front of this young lady, or guy in a car playing with himself. This program indeed reward and conduct this type of behavior. That is why it's so rampant. When the experiment was over, all the prisoners were happy, and most of the guards were upset that the study terminated prematurely. If you are in this gang stalking program, you can see it on their faces that the false authority that they have is very addictive and satisfying, just like a drug. I'm going to read you a statement from one of the prisoners. I began to feel that I was losing my identity, that the person that I called Clay, the person who put me in this place, the person who volunteered to go to this prison, that person that had decided was distant from me. My number was 416. That was really me. This reminds me of that show Severance. If you haven't watched the show, I advise you to check it out, because that is what abuse does to you. It separate you from you. That is why it's very important to remember who you are in all of this, because this is what's going to keep you grounded. Now, this experiment was going on in the 1970s. It's 2025. Do you think people want to stop gangstalking? Do you think the government would terminate such a powerful tool at their disposal? Why? When it's just so much fun to role play, follow people, harass people, why would they give that up? That's why I say when gangstalking ends, the system fall, people will lose their minds because they become reliant upon the program for their satisfaction and needs. You take away that, and then you got civil unrest. And guess what comes next? Martial law. All perfectly planned. Get you hooked, to take you off. So I was going to make this a separate video, but since I'm here as I just finished this video, I might as well just add this one to it, right? I wanted to tell y'all about patience and slowing down everything that you do, right? Like slow down your walk speed, slow down you talking, slow down everything. And I want to tell you why for a minute. Do you notice that everything is so fast paced? Like people around you, they moving fast, the synchronicity moving fast. When people talk to you, they don't even give you a chance to speak. They just talking fast, everything fast, right? Sometimes you notice your heartbeat race fast, right? It's like they trying to sync you up to the frequency or link you, right? Now, when you slow down, something happens in your mind that you're not consciously aware of. You are sending a signal to your nervous system, to the amygdala in your brain, right? That everything is okay. It's kind of like you hacking or communicating through your actions, right? Not by what you take, or you are slowing yourself down, right? And this is very crucial on many levels, because you will be able, when you slow down, you will be able to see and read things much efficiently instead of fast paced. Some of us, we really just need to slow down and take things a day at a time. And for some of us, an hour at a time, you know, it's better manageable. But when you slow down, you practice patience, you allow, wherever you're going, right? We know about the program. We know the program is sabotage, it delays you. How about you try something different? How about you don't be in a rush for things? See, in order to change the rules, you must change what rules apply to you. You must change yourself first. So if you are an impatient person, yes, I can find that this program will be very demanding on your body and your mind. But if you are a patient person, the program will have a real big issue with you, because when we talk about tactics, most of it is about delay, and intercept and delay. But someone that practice patience, you allow, me, I allow people to go in front of me in a line. I don't mind being in the back. See, it's so much things that you avoid by doing that. so many tactics, probably an argument or someone bumping. It's so much things you avoid by becoming last, because what they say, first gonna come last, last gonna come first. So allow it, right? Because you know that being patient just eliminates ill will. It eliminates bad karma or the evil. It eliminates a lot of things when you're just patient or you walking slow. When you walk slow, you get to see how everything you give your mind, because some of us we don't know ourselves to the point where we like I can read this in a millisecond or this and that. And some of us, our processing speed when it comes to our mind is very poor, and we have to assist ourselves by moving at a pace that is more advantageous to us. We have to put ourselves in position. That's why I was talking about preparation, right? So when you slow down and you allow things to happen, you able to make a more positive decision, because this is all about critical thinking at the end of the day. Can you make the right decisions in the critical moments? And to do that, you must allow yourself to absorb the information. You must allow yourself to give yourself good feedback. So you got to slow down. Slow down. Like if you have a test, right? If everyone have a pop quiz and the teacher say, well, you have 2 minutes to get this done. Don't rush and get done the quickest. Use up all the time that you have, but get done, but make the right decision at the critical moment, which is 1 minute before, right? 1 minute before it ends. Give yourself the time to analyze and to catch up and to be at a more advantageous position. And that is key. So walk slowly. Allow things to pass. Allow people to go in front of you. And this is something you're gonna notice. It's kind of a paradox, right? That people will try to invite you to go first or do that, right? And we know why. Right? Because now they try to remove you from your power position, which is what if their power status stat or tactic is intercept, and I'm not able to do that because the person is allowing me to, then it is no beef. There's no problem. So what you would notice is people will be more giving towards you because you are more reserved and forgiving. See, that's how you flip the program. You got to practice patience. You got to be more patient and slow down. Don't trip about delays. Take your time. Be more about the moment than the destination where you're going. Be more in the moment. So I don't know who need to hear this, but I'm going to attach this to the video and let this just be an interlude for you. So this is Ham. I'll holler at you later. Peace.